Alright guys, this is your introduction to your Isata 3. It's got to be quick and brief. I'm just going to talk about the main points of the coach, and then we will go from there. First, I have the keys, the key fob. Unlock and lock, pretty simple. This button right here, you push this in, this key will come out, it'll look like a key, and that will unlock the driver's door. So that's used if you lose power. It'll use for that. So that's what the key fob does. This big key is for the deadbolt. There's a really loud truck next to me, I apologize. It's for the deadbolt, which is the top one of your outdoor locks. It's right here. This round key is for this one. When I lock this door, what I normally do, I'm just going to hit this down. This is a deadbolt. I don't deadbolt much. I'm just going to hit that down and then shut it. If you do not deadbolt it and shut it, because it'll break the deadbolt. So just like that. I didn't lock it, of course. This step comes in and out automatically. I can turn that step off by hitting lock. So now when I shut the door, it doesn't go in and out. Okay, so you do that after you're parked, and so it doesn't wear on your step and all that good stuff. Side view camera, if you can't see, you can just clean it off. Propane. This says close to the right. So I'm going to go all the way to the right to close, and it's shut. This gauge is electronic gauge, so it doesn't really read that anymore. I want open, I go all the way to the left and tight to the left. If you have it halfway, that valve could leak. So all the way open or all the way shut. That's a storage. This is a gas quick connect. You could attach a gas grill to that to share the propane. This is a Truma hot water. This open and close. This is very important, so pay attention to this. I can do this, or I can take this, just lift up and gently set it down like so. This is my hot water station. There's a power here, okay? And then there's also a power here. It's called Truma AquaGo. There's a sequence. This off position. I need this off, and I need this off. So this station, or this heater, is all the way off. I'm going to start with this one. Click on. There's that light that comes on. Okay, that means it's good. I heard it click. Okay, it's not going to really do much. Just click. Then I'm going to come in here, and I'm going to turn this one notch up to the on position, and that's going to grow amber. My hot water heater is active. If this is not glowing amber, then you have a bad sequence, and you're going to have to redo it. Shut everything off, turn the outside on, and then turn that one on. So I don't do anything out here. I put this back into its little thing, push and close. Good deal. This is the hot water, or the, where's my camera? Gosh, I'm a terrible filmer, I'm realizing. This is my furnace hot, and this is my back of my refrigerator. This is my TV mount. The mount will come off of the bedroom TV and then slide right on here. So that's how you watch TV outside. That is the HDMI connection for the TV, and then that's the cable connection. Generally, you're just going to use that more than likely, and then there's power. Coming around, standard hitch setup. There's your dual mode camera. It has a close mode at your hitch and a mode far away. I'll show you that later. This is my shore power. I'm connected to shore power right now. If you see this long extension cord, I have 30 amps. That goes here. Basically, if I unplug it, you see that tooth, the L-shaped tooth. Just match it to the L shape right there. And then it kind of twists it to the right, and that locks in, and you can thread this to lock it down. This is my cable or satellite from the park, my city water connection, and my black tank flush. So this is how we essentially pull our tanks. That's my black tank and my gray tank. Black tank is my toilet. only. Gray tank is all the shower and the faucets and the drains inside. This is where I would disconnect this twist off to the left, and then this is where my sewer hose goes. So I would connect my sewer hose, and then I would drain my black first, and then rinse it out with the gray. And I cannot keep on point. Okay, so that's kind of the concept. Never keep your black open, because then you need some water in there. That water is gonna, make it so stuff doesn't stick. This is a sewer hose holder, only if there's no connections on it. So there's quite a few designs that you can check into. This is our generator. This is an LP generator. If my propane is off, it will not start. There's gonna be a book on this, but basically you could take that cover off on these two, and there's a self-starter inside if you need it, but you always start it from the inside. There's no reason to not. These clasps are awesome clasps. If this is shut, that door is not coming open, okay? I'm gonna move up here. This is my 30-foot or 25-foot cord. What is this? It doesn't say. This is my 30 amp cord, okay? So I can only plug into a 30 amp service. And this is my there's a shower, just a storage bay. But in here, there's my water pump button and a light on and off. Okay, so I could turn this faucet on. There's a nice shower head to rinse off my feet or the dog or whatever the case may be. Okay, and then this here is important. This is how the water is distributed in the coach. Meaning, if I connect my city water, I'm at a park, the city water has pressure. It's going to pressurize and provide the pressure for my faucets, my shower, my toilet. I do not run the water pump at that point, and then it would be called city fixtures. Those are super tight when they first start, so I'll just kind of do this a couple times. It's just a ball valve in there that's just spinning around. So if I'm connected to the water park, I'm going to do city fixtures. If I need to add water to my tank, I'm going to do tank fill, turn on the water, and it's going to fill up my water tank. If I want to then travel and not be connected to a hose, I would use dry camping. And then when I winterize and sanitize, basically I'm going to go down. It's that simple. Okay, so right now I have water in the tanks. I'm going to put it here, so when you get it, you could turn on the faucet. But when I'm here, by the way, if I'm using water out of my tank that I carry, I need my water pump on. So water pump is on, and then the water comes out of my spigots. Easy peasy. Ouch. This is a storage. This has your starter kit. Starter kit has a 10-foot hose. This is a adapter from a 30 amp cord to a 110, so you can plug it in at your house. It probably won't run the AC because you need a lot of amps. But if you have a 20 amp service, on your breaker, you might be able to get your AC running. If not, everything else will work. Toilet treatments, toilet prep paper. This is a water regulator. You can put it in line on the hose before your RV, and it'll maintain the same pressure. That's important. So shut and clasp. This is just one big storage bay. These are drains, by the way. You can unscrew those, and it would drain the system, or drain the thing. And another one. Pretty good storage on these. So that is the inside. And I'm gonna pause it right now. All right, back to the door. So this is a screen door. That screen door latches like that. So, and then I just open it, and then it sticks in there. I can shut this to keep the flies out. So I'm coming inside. This is my main area. So this is my battery disconnect. I use this if I want to store the coach. I would just simply hit, and everything goes off. My AC, my lights, the entire coach goes off, and that's how I maintain my battery. Now remember, since everything went off, I'm going to turn that off, at least just to remember, and I need to come back out here and turn that off, okay? Because I need that to be off and do the right sequence. So I come to use my coach. I'm going to hit the battery on. I'm going to hit this master light on. All the lights just went on exactly how I left them. These are the outdoor. That's the living room. That's the porch, which is that light there, that's the awning light, exterior light, and then my extend and retract. I can just push and release and my awning comes out. It's the armless awning, meaning you're not going to knock your head on the awning. It is censored for wind. It takes a good amount to start that retract. So never leave it if you have any, just never leave the awning out. If you leave, just put it in. A wind could come up and it could rip that off before you have, it's just that quick. So it automatically goes to the right spot, and then there's your awning light. So if the wind was to happen, what I could do if I shake this really good, wow, even more than that. And there it goes. It'll retract by itself. But again, we don't want that to be the case. If I didn't want that to, or if I wanted to retract it, I would just simply hit the retract. So here's what happens. I can stop it there. If I hit retract once, it starts. Hit it again, it stops. Same with extend. So I can put this exactly where I want by just hitting it. But it is automatic. So if I just hit retract, it will retract all by itself. This is my step unlock. So now it's going to open again. This is just a heater vent. Again, my AquaGo. This is my antenna. Oh, these green lights have to be on for it to be working, but this is going to provide my local channels at every city that I'm in. This is my solar, and this is my power, my auto leveler. So my power is on. I can just do this. Oh, it doesn't like that. Oh, it wants this to be running. Okay, so I'm gonna go turn it on. So you'll learn that if something doesn't work the way it should, it's because it's either running or not. My foot on the brake, I'm just gonna push the start button one time. She'll fire up. I could sneak through the cabin, but that table's in the way, so I couldn't do that. So I'm gonna hit, I'm gonna hit all retract. Sometimes you need to hit all retract. They're gonna retract, kind of reset, and then hit auto level. So maybe it doesn't, well, it is operating. I could hear them. It just beeped, so they're done. So it quit beeping at me, now I can hit auto level. Okay, so this whole ignition thing was wrong. Stinkers. So the fact that it didn't work is because they were down a little bit. So it's a good habit, just hit all retract. Okay, it'll do its thing. It's kind of gonna reset, and then I'm gonna hit auto level. So it's still doing its thing. It stops. You can hear them running. It stops beeping, and then auto level. Okay, now they're going down. So the ignition has to be off to auto level. What's happening is those feet right there, actually they go down in the front first. So see, that's coming down. See that foot on both sides. So it's gonna ground my fronts first. It's gonna lift that slightly up until it knows. It's gonna go to the back. It's gonna ground those. These are hydraulic. The travel is probably 16 inches or so. If you are too much out of level, you need to put blocks underneath that. But it has enough power to lift the wheels right off the ground to get you level. I would probably move a little bit to not be so dependent on that jack, but they're definitely designed to be, they're stout. They can do their thing. While I'm at it, I'm just going to go ahead and turn that on again. Wait a couple seconds and I'll turn that back on. This is beeping because it's operating. So we're going side to side, left to right, and forward and back, but we're leveling. I'm gonna pause this while we level, and we're level. This is my solar, so this just does it automatically. You really don't have to do anything. There's gonna be a book on this, but it's 13.5 volts, so it's good to go. I'm gonna turn my Aqua Hot on. Got amber, so that's good to go. All right, so we're level, and I'm gonna open my slide. I always like this hard key. Just gonna push and hold. Oh, actually, well, you've seen this, but this is the, yeah, never mind. You've seen it close. Press and hold. this usually, if something's wrong, it will tell us what to do up here. So I'm plugged into shore power, so this likes to have power. So we're opening up. And it just stops. So when it stops moving, it stops moving. There is storage underneath the bed. But what's going to happen, of course, is that the bed is folded because that's how we travel. So I'm going to unfold the bed. Oops, I grabbed too much. I'm going to push that forward. Normally the bed stays made, but I goofed that up, so I pulled it up. In here we start with the main screen, which is here. Why? Let me check on something. Okay, so my cool was off. I'll shut that door. So this is the main control. You can download an app for this. It'll tell you mobile app, kind of their Vega Touch Mira app. This is the coolest thing since sliced bread, I swear. It's just amazing. I can do everything to my coach that I can do here with my app. I have never tried it, but that's what I hear. I should try it. I don't know why not. So this is kind of our main screen. This is going to give me my levels, okay? My levels for my fresh, gray, black, and LP. It's important. I know when I need to dump my black or my gray. We do not want either one of those overflowing. And it'll color up black, it'll color up gray, color up blue for fresh. So right now I don't have any waters in my tanks. If I did, I'd hit my water pump. That's how I turn my water pump on. Right here is how I'm controlling my AC. My fan is on high because it's on auto. The current temperature inside is 72. I just turned this on, so we're gonna take it to 66. This is telling me what my house battery is. It's gonna tell me what my chassis battery is. And then this right here is how I start my gen. I would just press and hold, and it's gonna fire up my gen. So it is running. I don't need that because I'm plugged into shore power. So then I would just hit stop. This AGS disabled, AGS stands for automatic gen start. It's the best thing ever. You can basically start, the gen will start automatically based on parameters. And I will go to that in a second. But my master lights on or off, just off and just on. And my inverter is very important. If I'm driving and I want to watch TV, I need my inverter on, okay? Because what that's doing, it's taking battery power, converting it to 110 for my TVs and my HDMI matrix. It'll also probably do another, an outlet. I want to say maybe this one here under the sink. But so you have some 110 power. What it's doing, it's converting the battery, okay? So that's the main screen, it's your home screen. Whoops, sorry, that's your home screen. This is my automatic gen start screen. Gosh, I am getting 1,000 phone calls. It's so frustrating. Basically it's disabled, but what I can do is set this to trigger on low volts, or when it the HVAC or heat or AC comes on. So I can set that to turn, and these are all the parameters. Okay, so volts starts at when my volts drop to 12.5 or 12 point whatever, 4. So I can set all these parameters. You wanna, this is, it's really kind of, how many times does it start? So there's a lot of different options, but this is also, if I set this one, I'm not gonna do this, but basically when the HVAC says, hey, I need power, the AC needs power, and I'm not plugged into my shore power, my generator is off, it will start the generator automatically. This is what we use when we leave pets in the system, okay? My light controls, okay? These are all my exteriors. These are all my outsides. If there's an arrow up or down, like this bunk, I can press and hold, and if you can see that, it will dim. Okay, so that went brighter. So you can dim and brighten any light in the system. There's my master on and off again. There's my thermostat, 66, 72 inside, 66 is where I want it to be, and it's running cool on high, auto, and auto. So if I do auto, it will use the heat pump to create heat, or even the furnace. so it will keep a constant 72 degrees. If it's too loud, I can turn my fan to low. Oh, I can't when it's on auto. So if I go cool, I can go low and then just quiet the fan a little bit so it's not as loud. It's not very loud, but it's slightly. This is my slide control. Parking brake must be set. And that's right there. I just pull that. We need a discussion here in a second about that because I just had a problem. All right, so the green is simply the outside, and the awning is the blue. So we can do it here, the awning and the slide, or again down here at the door for the awning, or here for the slide. So it's kind of redundant, but if this ever goes bad for whatever reason, you know, you'll have your phone, but you can always use that hard key. So the hard key is kind of a nice. And then this is just settings. Cleaning mode is cool. It'll go for 15 seconds blank, so you can wipe all the fingerprints off of it. This is how we set our time, and the date. I have no idea what time it is. What did we got? 4:58. Oh, I totally did that wrong. Oh, that stinks. Let's do that. All right, 4:59 probably. So that's set. So it's 4:59. All right, moving on. Let's see. The bunk, the ladder attaches here. There's a bar that attaches here that you can't roll out of the bunk. There's a shade that goes all the way across. Ooh, this is cool. It's our max air fan. Open, twist. Actually, this is automatic. I just hit on, and that'll open that automatically and do. Oh, there we go. That was cool. A little fly. So that'll create air out. Yeah, it's not covered, so you'll want to make sure that is turned off. But new this year, whoops, you can turn this and put it, latch it in there, so that'll keep the heat out. Our TV is pretty standard stuff. Power. It is a digital TV, so you can do a scan and it will pick up any local network that you are bringing in. This has an antenna, which was right there. So this is set to HDMI 1 right now, and that's important because this has a HDMI matrix. There's books in here, but this is the super cool thing. And my output A right here is the main TV. So I can put 4 things into the back to power each TV. So I would use a Roku, or I would use Google Chromecast, and then I can feed that to any TV. I can use a game system. I can use really whatever I want and feed this TV and this TV, but also this TV goes to the back room. Okay, and then there's just going to be that little class back there. There is that's that button. So this button basically goes like this, and I would pull this TV right off the mount. Disconnect the cords first, but that would come in. So that's how you watch it outside. This is simply on just a no signal because it's on HDMI 1. If I change the source to TV, I would have my local networks. It's easier to do with the remote control. I don't know if it will. Okay, there we go. Maybe Fox isn't coming in today. This is my screen. That's self-explanatory. This is all kind of new tech.